Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Key Digital Live, or as we like to call it, KD Live. I'm DeWayne Rains, the Vice President of Sales at Key Digital, with my good buddy Jonathon Ferry, our VP of Product Education and Experience. And we've got an exciting KD Live for you. As you know, it's that time of year again, Jonathon. It's InfoComm time next month. And we've got some really cool stuff that we're going to be showing this year. And I just can't wait. How about you?
Trade show season is upon us, my friend. Really excited to go to Vegas too. It's just the walking around in the heat outdoors on the strip. That's a nice feeling. I'm a
Nothing
fan.
like, nothing like being in the desert in the summer. So it's great.
That's
And we're in the
right.
center hall this year. Last year we were in the new West Hall, but we're back in the center hall. So it's very exciting. And we do have a free code that everybody can register with. But today we're going to be talking. It's our preview of our new hot products and solutions. Some not new, some new that work with our existing solutions as well. And so as we get to that slide with that code, you'll want to use that to register for your free exhibition pass. And Jonathon, looks like we're celebrating an anniversary. Not me and you, but Key Digital.
Well, we've known each other for almost half that time anyhow now. That's right, Dwayne. At the end of this presentation, we do have a free code for those of you that have not registered yet, that you'll jot down, and you can use that to register for your free pass into the InfoComm show. But first and foremost, man, we've been doing these shows for a long time, and like I said, you and I met maybe half this time ago, about 12 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken. And it's thanks to shows like this where you get to meet the folks in the industry that you've not met and start those business relationships, friendships, and more that really last throughout your career. And so we're really happy that this is the 25-year anniversary for us here at Key Digital. That's the silver anniversary. I think that's what went into choosing that for the logo, if I'm not
And
mistaken.
that's why I dyed my hair for this broadcast for the
Yeah, me
silver.
me too, buddy. Me too.
Yours isn't silver, mine's silver.
I need to change the lighting a little bit. Maybe this hair. There we go.
Yeah,
And
so
go ahead.
it's very exciting, and you might even get a free cake. You never know by the end of it. So
Well, I tell you what you get for free is you get the free app to control this here system, the conference room in the box. Bring your own device, bring your own meeting solution, powered by HDBaseT. And it's not just video extension, it's not just USB extension. It's also programming free control system here where any user could come in, they bring their laptop, they connect HDMI or USB-C or DisplayPort. Now they're presenting their content to the front of the room for a local presentation. What about the folks that are participating remotely? They connect USB to the input of the conference room in a box system, and we have some a la carte options for you with that. This is going to be powering our trade show booth at InfoComm, in fact, Dwayne.
absolutely. And another thing we offer that a lot of booths do not offer at InfoComm, and we are in the HD-Base-T booth. You can see the HD-Base-T logo here. But because we are doing our conference room in a box solution there, we actually have chairs. So you can sit, enjoy the demo, and take a load off. You've been walking around the trade show floor, and we don't do foot massages, but you can relax and enjoy the show, and we'll show you several things because as always with Key Digital, we pack a lot of demo into our booth, and
Yeah.
Jonathon, you and I were in Barcelona a few months ago, and at one point we had demos going on all over the place, and three different tables with chairs. It was pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. And you're right. That does take it easy that does make it easy for everybody. And what else makes it easy is the easy Key Digital Management Software Pro setup for the conference room in a box system. All you got to do is connect your USB cable to the micro service port on the face of the unit, assign an IP address, give a name to this switcher system in case you have more than one room powered by Key Digital's conference rooms in the box. Give naming to your inputs and outputs as of the sources and displays. And then select in the checkbox, is there a camera? Is there a Key Digital amplifier? And the resultant is what you see here, our free iOS app without any programming whatsoever. You have switching. You could turn your display on and off via CEC. You can control the pan, tilt, and zoom in the presets of the camera, and you could even control our amplifier's volume and the microphone mix level. If you have a microphone, hit the checkbox. Now you see it. ABC, as easy as 1, 2, 3, CRB, and back to you, D.
Sorry, and to not forget, you can do multiple cameras in this system. Our cameras are addressable, and so you can actually click that camera tab. You can have, I believe, up to 7 within the system with the free app, as Jonathan mentioned.
That's right. That's right.
So we're seeing a lot more multiple camera systems these days, for sure. At least 2 in a lot of cases, but sometimes 3 and 4 cameras in the system. And we have no problem integrating all of that together.
Great point pointing that out, DeWayne. You are a pro. And so for you, sir, the other new product here that we're showing, another new product we're showing here at InfoComm is our KDWP8-3, the 3rd generation 8-button control keypad with IR, RS-232, IP, and Open API. Easy to control this.
Sorry, Jonathan, didn't mean to interrupt you there. And people may ask, okay, well, what's the -3? How's that differ from the -2? And we added a couple of new features to the -3, one of which is variable control, which is very powerful. So that's nice, as well as telnet control. So those 2 are 2 of the new features we added. And then Jonathan, you'll talk about a little bit more on the pre-done file here in a minute, but this piece is also Q-SYS certified, as you can see by here. So it's in Q-SYS Designer. And so you say, well, I did a WPA-2. Well, it works the same way in Q-SYS for the -3. There's no programming difference other than you have the ability to add those extra types of control commands as well. And this little piece is amazing. We've talked about it before on the -2 and the original WP8, and the price didn't change with the new features, which is nice, and but just does more. And we didn't raise the price. We're not doing like everybody else in the world.
That's a good thing. Good thing. Men of honor, come see us and take a load off at our booth and shake our hands. Yeah. So the other thing we've done is, and now that we've had a few generations of this product out for a few years, we're able to analyze where are these products going. And KDWP8-3 and the predecessors are certainly controlling a lot of PJ Link projectors. And so what we actually have for you, so if you're not familiar with PJ Link, let me start by saying it's a generic control protocol over the network, and loads of different projector manufacturers are participating in it. So as long as you have your projector has a network connection, do a Control F to search through the manual, find PJ Link, all one word, and you'll see that logo in that manual more often than not, knowing that the projector is PJ Link compatible. You can download, we have 3 different files for you, where file A will make it so that those buttons are pre-populated with power on and off, HDMI 1 and 2 select, volume plus minus, audio mute, and AV mute in the bottom row of buttons there. Or for an application that maybe you want to use something a little more powerful than the projector speakers, which is never really recommended, you add our AMP 220. And the beautiful thing of the WP83 is that it has built-in RS-232 port, and it also has a built-in IR port as well. And then we have a step up from there, or maybe you need more than 2 HDMI inputs. You want to use a key digital switcher over IP to do that. And that's what we have on Project C. It's all described in the documentation that if you just take a step back here on that QR code, that will download a zip file that has those project files. And then you just get your keypad online, you press the import button and choose your project file. It also has documentation on what's included in each of the programming, how to edit it, and more for the KDWP3.
What's nice about this, Jonathan, before we move forward, is people say, well, why do I need that? I've got the remote. That's the biggest problem. That remote's laying around, somebody grabs it, all of a sudden they mess up the keystone. They get into things in the remote that you don't want them to touch. By having this on the keypad, this is all they get, this is all they need. And they don't get into messing up the, the language. I got one time and it was in Polish. I'm like, I can't understand this. And I had to call my buddy Jan from Poland and have him tell me how to get it back to English. So you think, well, why do you need this? Now, you do have to put your own icons in there to match it, but it comes on the sheet. Yep. And so this is great. And, again, there's like so many projectors that use this PJ Link protocol, and you're like, oh, it's just a fixed remote. And then if the remote gets lost, you don't have to worry about it because you've got it on the wall.
Yeah, and that's even included in the document is, hey, here's the exact stickers we recommend using for these icons. So we include, thank you, icon. It's a
plastic icons.
Tisk tisk, Jonathan. So, and we include 175 of them in the box. KD-BYOD 4K hub.
I am so excited about this product. Now, we have had the BYOD 4K for a couple of years now. Here's a new addition to the family. We haven't given birth yet. It's I think due date is in a couple of months, probably a month or so after InfoComm, but we will have the unit live in the booth. So Jonathan, take it away because we all love BYOD 4K.
It's and so if you're familiar with the BYOD 4K, this was a wireless presentation, right? So I could cast wirelessly to my projector screen or a monitor in the room, in the conference room, huddle space, and more from a PC, Mac, iOS, Android, and Chrome. Perfect for classrooms. And then more and more of these rooms now are becoming not just presentation spaces, but conference spaces as well. And that's the big step up here that the hub gives you. It's like a USB hub. Your connected USB camera and your connected USB audio from a USB mic speaker, or perhaps you have a professional audio DSP. Those are going to the presenting computer. So that I'm casting wirelessly, and now I'm receiving these USB devices wirelessly as well, so that you can now open up Zoom, Teams, Google Meets, whatever your preferred video conference software is, and you can select the USB camera of the room without making any connections whatsoever, DeWayne.
Everybody wants everything wireless these days. And the nice thing is, the wireless is becoming much more solid. Okay, where before it was touchy and iffy years ago. Now it is amazing what we can do. So the BYOD 4K is not going away. So it will stay because you have certain rooms where all you need to do is presentations, but maybe you have the big room that you want to do the video conferencing with. That's where the BYOD 4K hub comes in. So it's a perfect addition to the family. It's not replacing the old one. But Jonathan, this thing does even more. Talk to us a little about that.
There's more to it. Well, the other thing is people sometimes asked about having a wired connection into the system. Perhaps, sometimes I do come in with my laptop and want to present wirelessly, but other times when nobody walks in with their laptop, we have a wired NUC computer, for example. So you could have there's one wired HDMI and a wired USB connection. So your USB host can be selectable. You could choose to either route those USB devices, the camera and audio, to the wired connection or the wireless connection. So that's a really, really nice feature. Another cool feature, DeWayne, is that it has dual HDMI outputs. So in these conference rooms, we do often see two monitors side by side, and these could be used a variety of ways. With two HDMI outputs, there is a thing, we could have multiple people presenting at the same time. For example, we actually see 5 casting devices here. Okay, and there's a mode called 1+4. There's a mode called 4+1. So it's really just left or right side. We call them the main and sub HDMI output. Another thing you could do though is markup and annotate. And in fact, this is an existing feature of the BYOD 4K, where you can open up some annotation tools in our moderator panel here, and we can circle what we like, circle what we don't like. But what about the people that are participating in this meeting, not in the room itself, but over Zoom? This is a new feature. We have output preview capture, so that a presenter, a wireless connection running our KD Play Plus application, just press a box, and they're going to get a window of what is being output on either the main or the sub HDMI, and then they can do a screen share so that those people participating wirelessly are now included in that collaborative session. It's a very, very powerful tool.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
Completely immersive, DeWayne, completely immersive. And you know, we've done more in wireless, haven't we, DeWayne?
Absolutely. Like I said, everybody wants everything wireless. You know, we have been one of the leaders in extenders for decades. So now we've come out a few months ago now, so it's not a brand new product, but with our 4K wireless extender kit. So basically it's the same thing as a regular HDMI extender kit, but no cat cable required. So I'm not sure if we'll have this active in the booth. It depends on if we can find somewhere to send it to. We did do it previously to an LED wall. Works amazingly though. This thing will go up to 100 feet. We know it'll actually do 150, but we like to under promise and over deliver. Because this runs on 5.2 gig Wi-Fi, there's 4 channels in the box. Walls really don't cause a problem with this device, and it's just really amazing. So, Jonathan, I'll let you talk about a few more of the features here, and about the BYOD, or not BYOD, the KD-4K WH-CEX wireless extender kit.
Certainly, DeWayne. So, one very, very cool feature of this is that you could actually have 4 of these installed in the same installation area. 4 sets. It's not a 1x4 splitter, but you could have 4 sets, TX to RX, point to point. Another cool feature, DeWayne, if you needed to make a 1x4 splitter, there's a way to do it. Any ideas how? Any ideas?
Absolutely. You know, when I got my beta unit like over a year ago, I thought I was just going to have to disconnect my TV to hook my Dish Network receiver into it to test it. And then I went, wait a minute, there's a pass-through HDMI port on the transmitter so that I could leave my TV in my main room working and then extend it. Well, you can also, and this actually came from the field, Jonathan, as you know. First thing we're asked, can we use 1 transmitter to 4 receivers? Well, technically, no, you can't do that because it's point to point on the channels. But they said, well, what about that HDMI pass-through? We tested in the lab, and now we sold many of these setups like this. So you can make a 1x2, 1x3, 1x4, simply by daisy chaining the transmitters together. So you take up to 4 sets, transmitter receivers, daisy chain all the transmitters together. There is 0 latency in the transmitters from the source. And then you've got a 1x4 wireless DA.
That's it, my man. That is it. Good job. Another cool thing is the IR extension. So if you are installing this, for example, on your patio and you want to change a channel, you just point it at your TV just like you're accustomed to doing. And we have an IR sensor included in the box. It
IR emitter
flows
transmitter.
reverse to the included IR emitter in the box as well. But, you know, I could just see this doing great things for the InfoComm community. The folks who are setting up presentations the night before, lots of stress,
There's
or just a few minutes before.
Well, yeah, and then there's the live guys that want to, you know, they set up for a day. They don't want to have to tape everything down and all of that. And if they want to send it to four screens, you can do it like we did before. And so it's great, but there's always that installation that's like, man, there's this one area that's going to cost us a fortune to try to get a wire to.
Yeah.
And here you go.
And that's the others, right? It's the folks that I don't have a graphic for this, but a conference room, for example, where just, you know, connecting some monitors just isn't an option, or running an HDMI down the floor and up the table. Well, it's glass and we're not cutting a hole in the table. So
Yeah. And
those applications.
it is political season. We're not going to get political, but there's a lot of speeches going on live. You can quickly set up for a big, you know, screen and wirelessly cast it, whatever source you want via HDMI into the transmitter. So lots of different opportunities. Summer concert series coming up. There's lots of opportunities for this.
That's right. Now, as promised, uh, you can register yourself free 99 for free.
Key 106. Key 106 is the code.
And
so click on if you go to our website, or if you click on one of our signatures, you can go right there, or just go to InfoComm's website and click register. And when you're registering for the exhibits, it'll have a place for a promo code. Pop that in and you get free exhibit floor access. Thanks to Key Digital.
That's right. That's right. So all that money you save, you could spend on the slots, or perhaps come buy a coffee for your friends, DeWayne and Jonathan at Key Digital. We're looking to seeing you there.
At booth C5550. That's
June 12th through 14th, the exhibits.
Absolutely.
My poor wife, it's always right through her birthday.
Yep, and we have seating, so remember that. So we look forward to seeing you all in Las Vegas here in just a few weeks. And Jonathan, I can't wait. Spend time at InfoComm again with you, and I believe our owner Mike Simberger will be joining us this year.
That's right.
He hasn't been in a couple of years now. And so we're very excited to have him with us in the booth. And so make sure to stop by, set your appointments, reach out to sales@keydigital.com. Those of you who have my contact information, send me an email directly at DeWayne@keydigital.com. But we are looking forward to meeting you all, showing you these new products, showing you our existing solutions, and just showing you how we can help you save money, solve problems, and we
make money.
We have the key.
That's it.
So, Jonathan, thank you for another exciting episode of KD Live, and we will see you in the desert in just a few weeks.
All right. We'll see y'all there. Take care.